Welcome to the C.S. Joseph podcast. I'm your host, C.S. Joseph, and we are doing more Acolyte questions. But before we get to the question, please be aware that UCHA has finally released, and that is at www.udja.app, ucha.app, and that is our new personality test. And we got some really cool changes coming around the corner. We have a new landscape view for the test instead of just the traditional portrait view, which will make it a lot easier to use on your desktop and maybe even potentially your phone if you just want to flip your phone over and then actually just play with it. It's up to you. You have the choice. And remember, folks, in order to gain access to the journal, we need the $1 a month subscription fee paid to get you access. Please get in on that subscription now while you still can before the price goes up. It will be raised to $2, then $3, then $4, and $5, and eventually probably all the way up to $15 a month in the near future. So you might want to get grandfathered in on that price sooner than later. And then all the money that goes to the application, well, guess what, folks? It goes right to the devs, and they continue to build this great application for all of you, and then we're going to turn it into a social media platform just for our community. So awesome. I think everyone will like to participate in it and even grow their own little sub-communities that they want as a result. It's going to be an amazing platform, and I'm very, very excited about it. So anyway, on to the question, and I hope this person did not ask too many questions, so we'll have to verify that later. But the question is, how do NTJ women develop friendships with other women? And then it goes on saying, NTJ women are unaware of social norms that come off as masculine, dysfunctional women, and most women seem to compete with us for either status or attention. Okay. I have to say, first and foremost, like right off the bat, my immediate reaction to that question is like, don't flatter yourself, because a lot of women out there are not actually competing with us or for your status or your attention or getting attention, etc. They really aren't. And I am so fascinated by how NTJ women just automatically assume that is what other women are doing. And then because the NTJ women actually assume that other women are doing that, it actually causes the other women around them to start doing that. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? And it's so annoying. And INTJs and ENTJ women, I've watched it happen all the time. Like, actually, the location that I can actually observe it happening the most is when I see two NTJ or an NTJ woman working as a Starbucks barista. It's like a hen house in there, and they just all start that the NTJ just starts assuming all the other girls are competing with them when they're not, and then the NTJ starts competing, and then all the other girls start competing, and then they blame all the other girls for it when it was actually their fault to begin with. I've seen it so many times. It is the most annoying thing, and probably one of the biggest turnoffs about them, because they just make these assumptions without even verifying, because that's how they feel. That's how they feel, guys. So yeah, I don't think it has much to do with, lack of awareness of social norms. I really don't think so. It's just because y'all are paranoid, or y'all assume too much, and you lack, and you're impulsive. You don't even have the ability to be patient and actually, unless you force yourself to do it, to wait around and see if they are actually competing with you or not. Stop assuming it. Because every time you assume competition, you are creating competition. Okay? Something NTJ women need to figure out. Okay? So stop doing that, and I bet tons of women would actually be willing to be your friend and actually stick around. Just stop making that assumption. It is the most annoying thing ever. And definitely one of the reasons why I'm not in a relationship with an NTJ. Okay? Because they have, oh my God, like especially any nemesis of an INTJ, and then couple that with the FI child superiority complex, where they think themselves so important that they are definitely the target of any potential attack, when the reality is they're not actually that important and no one actually attacked them, but they just get so delusional in that way. It is so frustrating to watch. At least ENTJs aren't as bad in that area because they're not as delusional, but that's not to say that they aren't delusional in that manner. So please be aware of that. So also, like NTJ women, you need to learn how to be more feminine, okay? Which means you have to learn how to put other people above you, especially your family. And tell me, which NTJ woman out there is actually going, especially ones in Western society, are actually going to willfully choose to sacrifice their career and their businesses and their entrepreneurship for being a wife and a mother? Which of you NTJ women out there are actually really willing to be a housewife and to humble yourselves enough to do that? And also to be willing to put your man above you, your children, your businesses, your career, your money, your choice. Because if you can't do all those things, guess what? You're not a feminine woman, which means you're not very attractive to men, which means you may as well invest into cat food or dog food and just die alone as a dog mom or a cat mom. I'm sorry, that's just the reality of the world. And also, STP women, this applies to you too, because y'all are the masculine women. Here's the thing, you're having a hard time making friends with other women? Well, stop assuming they're trying to compete with you, okay? Like, it happens a lot. And sure, some women will compete. But just understand that's 1 out of 5 times, not 4 out of 5 times. Using Pareto principle here because for some reason NTJs get way too paranoid and assume so much. So reverse the Pareto principle there and just realize that women are probably only competing with you maybe 20% of the time. And it's actually you imagining that they are because with your hyperactive competition imagination problem 80% of the time. So think about like it's actually more of you, not actually them. And if you want to be friends with somebody, that's cool. Go be friends with them. Show yourself friendly. Something that's really hard for NTJs to do. Why can't you give gifts to other people? You know, learn their love languages. It's not hard. It's not, you know, read the book Attached while you're at it. That'll help give you some additional wisdom there. But yeah, like, you know, yeah, you come off as masculine dysfunctional women because you don't know how to be feminine. And the thing is that the cost of being feminine is so great that you just don't want to do it. And then women around you are just like, yeah, I don't want to be around them. Because feminine women don't want masculine women around because the masculine women are going to cramp their style. That's just how it is. Because being around masculine women makes them less desirable to men. Because it causes their femininity to be mixed in with your masculinity, which means, guess what? Their sexual market value goes down in the sexual marketplace in public. So associating with you, a non-feminine woman, would actually inhibit them from getting the man they actually want. And they instinctively know this, right? So what are you doing to prevent that? You see what I'm saying? So if you want to be friends with women, guess what? Make yourself more feminine, and then it'll be pretty easy. But then again, if you're more feminine, why would you want to be friends with women? Because you're probably going to get the man that you want anyway, because there's no such thing as a feminine NTJ woman out there in society anyway. And if a feminine NTJ woman actually existed in Western society, she'd be an extremely high-value, hot commodity. You know what I'm saying? So please be aware of that. And if you're an NTJ woman or an STP woman who actually thinks you feminine, no, it's like literally, it's like when a fool claims to be wise, or when anyone claims to be wise or fool, doesn't matter. They're obviously a fool. Just like when a woman claims to be feminine, she's probably not feminine. You see what I'm saying? So it's a constant fight that you're going to have against your own solipsism for the rest of your life. And you're going to have to be willing to sacrifice or put aside your ambition for the sake of a man and putting him and his interests and his life above yours, because you are not living your life anymore. You are living his life, and there's no way a high-value man is ever going to be living your life. That's what it means to be feminine. That is the cost of being feminine as an NTJ woman. Good luck. I've maybe seen it once, maybe, and I don't know that INTJ woman well enough to really make a solid judgment on it, and that's a big maybe. So As rare as you NTJ women are, I thank God for how rare you actually are, because y'all have this masculinity problem that you choose to not do anything about because society just enables you and your ego investments, while simultaneously they all have this issue where it's like, okay, let's just oh my god. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. So yeah, I mean, be feminine. That's how you don't come off dysfunctional anymore. And yes, women would want to actually be your friend and stop assuming they're trying to compete with you, and just realize that you're only thinking of the competition as a result of your own hubris. So humble yourself and you will not have these problems anymore. And by doing so, the more you humble yourself, the more you're willing to let go of your ambitions in favor of your man and his life, the more attractive you actually become to him. And then the less you have to concern yourself with him abandoning you or rejecting you. Funny how that works. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching this particular episode, and I'll see you guys tonight.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver